This
Yeah,
finally.
I'm glad.
Yeah, this feels so. It feels like it almost didn't happen, but I'm so happy it happened now.
Hmm.
And one of the reasons why we cancelled a couple of weeks, like a week ago, was because you were
Preparing for
preparing
the
for a
concert.
concert. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Hmm.
sorry if I'm just diving right into the
Nah,
serious
that's
stuff,
fine.
but
I like the serious stuff.
I wanted you to come and spill it here. So what's
Oh
that
yeah.
about?
So I belong to a choral group
Hmm.
called Bella Rome. Bella Rome is a it's a combination of two choral groups, Bella Voce and Rome. Rome means Royal Opus Music Ensemble. So that's
Okay.
the full meaning of
Hmm.
Rome, yeah. And Bella Voce means beautiful voices. So last year we won a competition um, as a tag team, and we realized that we'd be better, we'd go farther if we stuck together
Hmm.
that way. So we decided to make our first outing as a choral group hosting a concert. So that's
Okay.
what we're working towards.
Hmm.
Tentative date is October, but we'll see how planning and preparations go because
Okay.
it has to be done right. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's been keeping you busy.
I mean, yes, you cannot imagine how singing as a I won't say a hobby, but like singing in an organized group
Hmm.
requires a lot of commitment and dedication and effort because
Yeah.
this is classical music for the most part. So you
Yeah.
have to know how to read your notes, you have to know how to sing with a group, you have to know how to blend. It's not difficult if you have like professionals, but like there's always a process to getting that perfection and it requires rigorous rehearsal. So
Yes.
yeah,
So,
it's really something.
classical music.
Hmm.
How did that start for you? That's like when I saw your Instagram, I was like, wow.
Yeah, like so it feels like I'm everywhere. Um, I grew up in a family of, I mean, we loved music. My
Hmm.
siblings were the ones who actually even co-opted me into this thing, because I loved music, but I wasn't sure. I mean, I was just a kid, so I wasn't sure if it was the path I wanted to tread. Besides, I'm a millennial, so if you're not a doctor, you're a lawyer. If you're not,
you're
you
you're
know,
not being serious with your
I'm
life.
telling you, there was a time
I
I was like,
know.
I want to be a computer scientist. And my man was like, do you really mean what you're saying? I just say this so that if they ask,
You
because
have
it
to.
felt so out of place because I
Hmm.
didn't even know at the time if it was something I could do.
Hmm.
But there was so much music in my house. My dad is a classical head. My mom
What's
was a
that? What's
chorister.
that?
Classical head, like he listens to a lot of classical
Oh,
music.
okay. Oh, I should know that.
Yes. No, 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 it's fine.
So I
Uh,
thought it was
Something like
something
in
a
terminology.
technical.
No, no, no.
Oh, okay.
And my siblings, I'm the last child, so everybody had their experiences before me. So when
Mm-hmm.
they come in, they share their music with me, and
Mm.
I eat it all up. I attempt to even write. No, nobody will ever know about that part. But like, yeah, I loved it first
Mm-hmm.
before I decided, that it was something I wanted to do, and that was because I discovered that I had more than just a flair for it. I could
Mm-hmm.
actually sing and I could actually express my ideas through
Mm-hmm.
sound. So it gave me a lot of confidence that I was doing the right thing, even though, it didn't seem like something that was acceptable. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, I
it
get
seemed like
that.
it's the thing that you keep while you pursue other things,
Mm-hmm.
over
Mm-hmm.
here. And that kind of made things a bit challenging. But, you know, I think I always had I wouldn't say vision in mind, but like you never really know how this thing pans out. You just know that you
Mm-hmm.
have so much love for something.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm passionate about something, I really do try to see it through. So, whatever form that took, I was still going to school. I was still trying to be a normal, good kid like everyone else. But like music things just kept drawing me to other places. So eventually, when I could, I began to make moves on my own. I
Mm-hmm.
began to attempt to. I went to Muson briefly. Yeah,
Yeah.
briefly. I didn't have their diploma training, but I had a basic. So they have like a basic program and a diploma program. So I went to the basic school and I met this wonderful teacher who wanted to teach me more than I paid for. So that really made me keen on classical music because Muson is a classical space.
Yeah.
But before then, I had a thing for my brother and my sister. They were in the choir. They didn't join, allow me join for some reason. I'm still like, I'm still carrying it as beef because I
Why?
don't know. They said I was too small, so they put me in a dancing group. Can you
Can
just
you
imagine?
dance?
I cannot not dance, but like I'm not a dancer.
Oh,
Like
well,
you
you
will
have
not
to show
expect.
me. I want
No,
to see.
no, I can't dance.
No, you can dance.
No,
For them to
okay.
put you in a dancing
No,
group,
we're kids, and they felt like the kids should be dancing while the younger ones
she be doing the
should be
serious
singing. You
singing. Ah,
understand?
no. You
But
have the
I
right to
loved it.
beef them.
I'm telling you, I would always mimic. I would take their copies. I would attempt to sing it, and I didn't really know anything about it. So once I was able to explore that on my own, I really, I mean, classical music is beautiful. It's beautiful because there is so much like you employ a lot of technique, a lot of it's serious music, but not serious in the sense that it's boring. Yes, but like serious. I mean, for the singer anyway.
Okay.
I feel very challenged in a positive way when I have to do a classical piece because I know that I have to there is a score, there is a way it is to be performed, and then there is your flair, which is what you essentially add to make
So
a
you're
note.
allowed to add
Yes, but like
your
not
flavor.
outside, not outside the like you can't sing for, except maybe it's a contemporary piece, because contemporary pieces too are composed in
Mm-hmm.
in in such a manner. So
Mm-hmm.
unless maybe you are allowed to ad lib, so sing freely.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to sing something for like 2 beats and you sing it for 5 beats, it might mess up the music because something might be coming right after. So uh yeah, but it's cool. I mean, I'm not I'm beginning to embrace myself as a classical musician, but like I'm not an operatic singer, so to speak.
What's that?
Like these guys that do the sing opera and sing
Okay.
like.
Oh, that's different.
I mean, it's niche. It's just
Okay.
like being an R&B artist and you churn out R&B.
Okay.
Yes, it's niche.
Okay.
Some people
Okay.
like sing like in theater,
Mm-hmm.
and you've seen videos of
Yeah.
women belting and
Yeah.
singing in concerts and all of that stuff.
I,
Some people that's their
okay.
thing,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not only my thing.
Okay. So you can do both.
What contemporary music?
Yeah, and the operatic.
I am a contemporary artist.
Okay.
Yes, but the operatic thing, yes,
Mm-hmm.
I can absolutely do that, but it is not my niche. So that's
Okay.
not where I am primarily invested in. But it's great to be able to.
It sounds so cool, to be
Mhm,
honest, because
mhm.
it's not something that's common. I mean, I've attended some. I think I attended the Museum Festival in 2019.
Okay.
So I've heard them sing. To be honest, I did not understand a thing that was going on. I had no idea what was going on, but like it seems so.
It's not like it's uncommon. It's just it's I don't know whether to say elite. Like it's in a class of its own.
Thank
So
you.
if you wanna know about it, you have to step into the world. There
Okay.
it's all around us, really. You know.
And is that world? Is it closed? Is it?
No, no,
Sometimes
no.
I
It's
feel
it's
like.
it's it's
Mm-hmm,
not. It's gated. It's gated because
mm-hmm,
of the knowledge that is involved. Nobody would take you seriously. Like classical musicians are not about freestyling or you know going off script. So contemporary artists are like the prodigal children
mm-hmm,
of classical music, and so is jazz.
mm-hmm.
So if anything is keeping you out, it's most likely the fact that you do not have the skill sets required, and nobody's really going to um teach you these things unless you are trying to get to know them.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you begin to get to know these things and you begin to get involved in their space, then it opens up to you. But even then, you have so many people that are, they've been doing it for a while and they're so good now, so like they're the point people, they're the people like the celebrities, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. But the wonderful thing about classical music is the knowledge belongs to you, it's
Mm-hmm.
yours, and if you are good at what you do,
Mm-hmm.
you get to express that. Like you don't hide for long. it's
Mm-hmm.
not it's not like the contemporary world where we have so many artists and it's like everyone is trying to fight for attention. I'm not saying that that's not the case with classical music, but it is easily applicable once you have your hands in it and you're able to like explore and grow and all of that. Like you become someone everyone wants to listen to,
Okay.
and then you have to be in the right places, in the kind of gatherings that allow for such kind of music to thrive. Yeah. So, and you find that a lot of these elite guys go for a lot of concerts, Muson, like you attended, and all of
Mm-hmm.
those things. They seem very, very niche, very, that's the way it is.
Okay, so one thing I always ask artists is, what did your parents say? Now I know you may have had it a bit easier because, like you said, your dad. You did not.
I did not.
Okay. You
Oh,
did not
hell no. I don't know if I'm supposed to say hell, but like,
say whatever you want.
no, I did not have it
Oh, okay.
easy.
I'm going to
It
stop.
was, first of all, my dad feels or felt at that time that musicians are the people that stay out late at night and go
Mm-hmm.
to hotels
Mm-hmm.
and, just do rubbish,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah,
So,
like a typical Nigerian parent.
but I'm not going to give an excuse for my dad because he's
Mm-hmm.
not a typical Nigerian parent.
Mm-hmm.
He raised me to think for myself.
Mm-hmm.
So if a child is thinking for themselves and you have a problem with it
Mm-hmm.
because it's music,
Mm-hmm.
it can be worrisome
Mm-hmm.
because my convictions weren't as strong as they are now.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, I'm not holding on to my convictions like it's if I don't do music, I'll die. Like there was a
Yeah.
time it felt like that because I desperately needed an outlet to express. Now that I'm putting out work, now that
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing my own thing, regardless
Mm-hmm.
of the momentum or the speed with which,
Mm-hmm.
I feel less stressed. I feel like I don't have to try to convince anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Then I tried to do a lot of convincing. I wanted to go to a music school. I wanted to. Nobody was paying attention to that. Like it's primary, secondary school,
Yeah.
university, which is fine. I don't
Mm-hmm.
have an issue with that. But like, I really, really wanted to start in time to begin to explore those things, and I felt like I didn't get the support that I needed. It wasn't like a tussle. It wasn't too. I mean, I was obedient enough
Mm-hmm.
to attempt to try to see the big picture and what
Mm-hmm.
everyone was trying to tell me about, education and all that. But at the same time, I really felt that if I had been given that, if the opportunities were presented to me early enough to explore all of those things, I feel like um, I feel like I would have been able to achieve so much more. However, um, it's the process is different for everyone. I found that in trying to convince them about the thing that I wanted to do and how
Mm-hmm.
much it meant to me, I also had to work on myself as well because
Mm-hmm.
if you want something,
Mm-hmm.
you have to be willing to put in the work to get it. So it's not just about you guys. I want to do music and that's it. Everybody must do what I want. I started to question myself and ask myself if it was really something that I was going to be about. And that's why I decided to take steps in order that it becomes something. So it's not about telling anyone, it's showing them, when your family sees that they don't have to worry about you because, you seem to have it not put together, but you're on a path, you're on a
Yeah.
journey. And even then, there are points in that journey where they won't still understand because they've watched TV and they've seen how this guy rose from grass to grace, and it seems like it's supposed to be automatic for the artist, It's if you hear what people say about musicians, it's so funny to hear, because people just feel like it's a you begin, then you blow, then everything gets easy, but the in between, it's a lot. It can be a lot. You can have a good year, and by the time you get to like August, everything just seems to flatline, because I mean, for an independent artist, it can be you have to pay for everything,
Yeah.
and it's not like I don't like paying for things. I mean, I would if I could, but then I like to leverage relationships instead. Because how many things do you really want to pay for? Even celebrities don't pay for all their stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the fact that they have a name and a brand gives them access. Now it is that access you are looking for. It's not the money, because somebody can just go up to tomorrow, drop 500,000 naira, let's shoot this video. Even if they are going to shoot something that is terrible, you find that you are now stuck in that world of trying to like be transactional about your
Yeah.
career, which is fine, because I would pay a graphics designer, I would pay someone who wanted to shoot a video for me, but I would rather leverage a relationship with someone um who understands my art
Yeah.
and is willing to work with me going forward, because we have some type of um understanding or connection. So
Yeah.
such people will go on to make, you know be part of a team in the nearest future, or just have your back in a way that isn't about the money. You can give somebody money to do something and they are not invested in it.
Mm-hmm.
So what they churn out for you is, it's
Yeah.
just, and artists can also be very, it's easy to focus on the wrong thing. It's easy to focus on the acceptance, being in the eye
Yeah.
of everybody. There is that, and it's understandable because there's a lot of pressure for that. But like, you don't want to be consumed in that space. You want to be in a space where no matter what is happening, you can always create, because sooner rather than later, something that you've done that you're not even aware of, something that you have been able to, I mean, how you found me
Mm-hmm.
in the first place. I saw my DM and I was like, oh, this is weird. Like, somebody says this person is a fan of mine. It's like, oh, that's interesting. It's nice, because I mean, it's not like I wouldn't see it coming, but I'm too busy focused on the work to, I mean, because some people would be focused on the fame. Everybody has their reasons,
Okay.
but for me, the work is so important. Everything else is like a byproduct of,
Okay.
of that. And I want to keep doing that for as long as is possible in all the ways that I can express
Okay.
myself and.
Okay. There's something I want to know here.
Mhm.
Um, even for let's say Afrobeat artists, for example, that is so popular, it's not so easy for them to, like you said, blow and
Mhm.
start making money.
Mhm.
And then let's talk about you, that
Mhm.
is like classical music that not a lot of people have accepted,
Yeah.
because people do know about it,
Yeah.
but
People.
they still haven't like
Mhm.
accepted it.
Mhm.
Okay, so what I want to ask is, how do you make money from it? I know that's not important to you.
No, it is very important
Okay.
to me. Oh my god, how can I say it's not important to me? Like, I'm trying to
I
see.
like it. You're like, no, it's very important
It's
to
very no, 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 no. See, it's
no, you're about the art now, you know?
sure, but an artist needs an artist needs space to thrive.
Uh,
You don't want to be worrying about money
no, you do
when
not.
you don't want to do that.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. It is, but at the same time, like, I've seen people fall into that black hole of being so obsessed
Mm-hmm.
about the the fame and the
Mm-hmm.
money and the everything, and it just drives your ambition.
Okay.
And no matter how much money I need,
Mm-hmm.
I honestly cannot think like that. I don't know how to think like that. I don't know how to just be so focused on the money that I forget about the art. I don't know
Hmm.
how to do that. But if it is money, money is very,
So,
very,
so,
very important. Very important, because I don't want to have to worry about
yeah,
anything when I'm creating. I don't have to worry about how I've not paid this producer and how I need to pay for studio time and how I need to. It's just like I mentioned,
yeah,
music is highly capital intensive.
yeah,
It will. A friend of mine told me dreams are expensive, and I'm like, that's so true. Dreams are
yeah,
not cheap,
yeah.
and for this. So because I because of classical music, because of that kind of music, choral music, we are an independent choral group. So if we have to go anywhere and sing, we
Mm-hmm.
get paid.
Okay,
Yeah, for
okay.
that. Now, except we are hosting a concert of
Mm-hmm.
our own and it's
Mm-hmm.
something we organize. But if
Okay,
we're going out anywhere or if someone is inviting us, they definitely have to pay because these are
okay,
professional singers.
okay.
But personally, I also sing like other events. Like I did like two wake keeps this year. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, singing at funerals, which is
Oh,
a thing. Yes, um, that is also one of the ways that you can earn,
okay,
especially if you are in the space where it's all happening. So you're like the go-to person. So that's the thing. When you
okay.
establish yourself as something and you
Mm.
can be relied upon, then you can begin to make money from singing at events. I mean, I recently turned an event down and wanted me to come and sing like almost free. And you know, there's nothing wrong with it because I
Mm-hmm.
would do that. My former choir, they have an investiture thing, and I'm going to sing for free
Mm-hmm.
because I would do it in my sleep.
Yeah.
But if a person decides to invite you
Yeah.
somewhere, it is respect for the artist that you don't give them all the money in your account
Yeah.
because you can't afford it, but give them what they're worth. You can't give them what they're worth. Let's just say take care. Like, you have to treat the music, you know as what's that word, special as it is. I don't know how to
Okay.
describe this, but like, I had to turn it down because logistics alone would not even cover for what they were trying to pay.
Yeah.
And it can be annoying. It can be annoying sometimes because a lot of people just want you to come sing for free. They'll pay you with exposure. There's nothing wrong with exposure.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely nothing wrong. But like, an artist is a human being, and most times, like, setting up just so that you can be somewhere and perform is a headache in
Mm-hmm.
itself. I do not like it at all. I do not like to have to worry about all the things around it, like what to wear, you know, how to get there, how to, you know, sometimes if it runs late into the night, like, where are you going to sleep and all of
Yeah.
those things. Like, those are things that artists have to deal with every other time. And it's annoying if you do not, like, if you can't cover for all that, and then someone wants you to come and do something for them and they're not willing to pay you
Yeah.
at all. So it's even a struggle. I don't feel like I'm nearly where I'm supposed to be. I don't feel like anybody even knows me, as a matter of fact.
I don't know
No, I'm
you.
sure, like, I don't
you
feel like that.
you were on the Beat FM the other day.
I
I
mean,
saw
yes,
you,
I
so
understand, but
people do
like,
know you.
I still don't feel like that. I still
Uh-huh.
feel like the journey is so far.
Yeah.
There's so much to be done, and it can definitely get better performance wise. I don't think that I've really experienced in full measure what it is like to make money from music. So of course I don't rely on music entirely for
Okay.
my, yeah, of course you can't even do that in today's Nigeria if you don't
Yeah.
have big guns backing you, or as an independent artist you don't have a steady influx of money that will help you attend to all of those things. I'm trying to put out an EP this year.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say the month because I'm not going to, yeah, I'm not going to jinx myself.
Okay. Do you have a name for it?
For
Yeah.
the EP,
Yes.
Stay Gone.
Stay gone.
I
Okay.
put out Be Gone,
Yeah.
yeah, which was a single, and it's supposed to be one of the songs off the project.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So the EP is called Stay Gone.
the EP is called Stay Gone,
Okay.
5 songs.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to put that out, and between yesterday and today, I've been having conversations with everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and they've all been billing me and billing me and billing me
Mm-hmm.
and billing me. And even if you wanted to get like investments and
Mm-hmm.
all of that, that's like a whole new world. But like, let's continue with this because I'm sure we'll get there if
Okay. So who are your influences when it comes to classical music?
oh, classical music. Do I have any influences? So we have classical composers
Mm-hmm.
essentially. The popular ones, Handel and all of that. I don't think I have.
Handel.
Yes,
Okay.
G.F. Handel,
Okay.
George Friedrich Handel,
Okay.
Mozart. Those are classical composers, but are they my influences? No, I don't think I have any influences.
Okay. Not even in Nigeria. Okay. Your favorite ones then.
I like the people I sing with.
Okay.
My other choral members,
Okay.
they they ginger me.
Very important.
I don't have any. My influences are mostly contemporary because I am a contemporary head. That's me. But like, classical music is a thing that I love so much,
Mm-hmm.
and so when you feel like you can morph and do things, it's
You
empowering.
can what? What was that?
Morph, like you
What's
can
that?
change form.
Is that? Oh, whoa! Whoa.
Yes.
Do you know the thing? I have to stop
Don't mind
thinking
me.
everything you say is one big word in
No,
classical music.
no, no. I thought we shouldn't even make this about classical music because
Yeah.
like it feels like I'm some classical artist, but like I'm not. But like I kind of am, but I'm
Okay.
not.
Okay. Do you do other things, other genres, for example?
Sure. Did you listen to my first project?
I saw the track list.
Okay.
I think I started. I think I did. I think I started the other
I
day.
think you should. That's
Okay.
what I do.
Okay.
Yes, so I am a contemporary R&B soul
Mm-hmm.
artist. Yes, that's me.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, but with small classical music in it and
It's not
stuff.
small, it's plenty. But it's not
Mhm.
something I have to like. I didn't have to branch out from classical music to
Okay.
start.
Okay.
Contemporary music has always been my thing,
Okay.
but this is the kind of music I grew up with, and I
Mm-hmm.
I have a flair for as
Mm-hmm.
well. So I decided I would explore that
Okay. So, was that
as
easy? Are they related? Was that?
okay, so music is music, but with
Yeah.
contemporary music, it's not. With classical music, you have like music theory. So with music theory, it's supposed to teach you about notes,
Mm-hmm.
about how to read
Mm-hmm.
music, essentially, knowing time signature, knowing how to transpose, knowing how to read, sight read,
Mm-hmm.
and all of those things. So it definitely helps. It
Okay.
helps because outside Nigeria,
Mm-hmm.
you find that in most spaces where music is made on a large scale, you find that people actually have to read sheet music. Classical music is not like, even though it is a genre of its own, like
Mm.
it's a world of its own. You find that, say, people who are making music for film
Yeah.
score,
Yeah.
all of those things is classical music. It's all sheet music, even if it's
Okay.
contemporarily composed.
Mm-hmm.
It's also, you also find that you can they are put down not informally, like they have, there is
Yeah.
there is structure.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. So what it helps me achieve is when I'm in a different space. Music is universal. I think it's just some countries who have their own type of music notation, but we usually have, for Nigeria, tonic solfa, and staff. So staff
Okay.
is essentially the notes and all of that.
Okay.
Anywhere you go to, and they bring that out, as long as you can sight read, you're good.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Anywhere you go to and you have classical training, you have the formal music training, you can fit in anywhere, even in contemporary space, especially in contemporary space, because now you know the principles of actually doing music in that way. So music becomes easier. It's easy for you to now break it down. You can observe stuff. So with say sheet music, you have performance directions. Performance directions are essentially things that allow you to express the music the way the composer designed it to be
Yeah.
expressed. So there are parts of the music where they're like, you sing this part moderately loud,
Mm-hmm.
and you sing this part really soft, and you
Okay.
sing this part, you go on a crescendo, so you gradually increase in volume and then you gradually reduce. These are performance directions that, if you're singing a contemporary piece, for instance, so you sing, and I will always love you. Like, you can now begin to put those things by yourself,
Okay.
and begin to do it in such a way that you're passing across um the how do I put this? You can now English is hard. You can now decide how you want to sing a song
Mm-hmm.
because you know how to apply dynamics to
Okay.
music. This is what classical music will teach you. So
Okay.
classical music will teach you that with a score.
Okay.
Contemporary music may not necessarily do that. Especially music that you're even writing for yourself. But
Okay.
you are now equipped. You know how to express the music,
Okay.
you know and, and,
Yeah.
and that's an edge. You can be that anywhere. I can sing on Broadway. I can do a stage play.
Okay.
Yeah, I can sing in a choral group. I can sing in a choir. I can sing as a contemporary artist. I can do that because I have some training. Yeah, so it's good.
Really cool.
It's really cool, actually.
So, when you're not singing,
What am I doing?
yes, what are you doing? I'd like to know.
Okay, so I am a mom. Yes.
Really, I didn't know
Yes,
that.
I know. I don't look like that.
I did not know that.
Yeah, I have a 2-year-old. Yes.
Oh.
So when I'm not singing, I am taking care of him,
Okay.
and I am also like looking for money,
Very
essentially. Yeah,
important. Very important.
we're
So,
hustling in
yeah.
this streets.
Yes, please.
I mean, I've worked. in the corporate world.
Yeah.
We spoke about that. So,
Yeah.
I've experienced that life
Mhm.
a lot. So that has been my life alongside music. So it's been more difficult because, of course, you know how they tell you you should get a 9 to 5 to fund your dream,
Yeah.
and then you get the 9 to 5, and you are funding the 9 to 5.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
You're not funding the dream
You're not funding
anymore,
the dream. Is the 9 to 5 is paying you, and you're
and
putting the
you're
money
putting it
back in
back
nine to
there.
five. It's
You're
crazy.
putting it back there because the conditions are
Yeah.
not so ideal, and so and it keeps getting expensive.
So have you left that? Did you leave a nine to
Yes,
five?
I did for a while. Mm, and then I attempted to start several businesses because
Mhm.
I think I have a flair for business as
Okay.
well. Um, and just run on my own. I think it was post 2020 because that's when I had Declan. I had Declan
Okay.
in July of 2020. So that kind of just it shifted my focus. I decided now that if I'm doing anything or taking on anything, if it's not in the best interest of my child,
Yeah.
I can't just close my eyes and say I'm going to take that risk and all of that. So
Yeah.
now I've had to weigh everything. But music is constant for me. But even though it is, I still am not taking it. I'm not putting that over everything else. Yes, I'm
Okay.
trying to find a balance that
Yeah.
allows me to be a mom,
Mhm.
and still work. So while I hope music is the thing that does it for me, and I feel like it will eventually when I, have my feet planted and I'm able to now begin to have more regular performances, make more money, and all of
Mhm.
that. I think things will get easier because it's a space where I can be and still be everything else I want to be. Working has not really been my thing. Like the nine
Mhm.
to five has not really been my thing, even though I have experienced it from 2015 when I left NYSC,
Mhm.
and I've been working since. But I've been hoping that whatever I do just allows me that freedom to create. So the best thing is to find music jobs in music,
Okay.
that keep you close. But it's not always the case. Sometimes So it's just going with the flow. I'm trying to go with the flow and not be so adamant the way I used to be like in my 20s. You know how it is that when you have a dream and nobody's taking you seriously, and you're just frustrated by everything.
Yeah.
I had those moments, and I'm grateful for them because I guess they taught me a lot about myself and
Yeah.
about my career and about everything. And now I'm learning to just take it easy, take it
Yes.
slow.
Yes.
I don't want to become a monster because I'm trying to pursue
That's so
something.
important.
Yeah, and it's not emphasized enough. It's
Hmm.
not because
Yeah.
you know money and fame and getting ahead and the competition. These are the things that are emphasized. These are the
Yeah.
things that, but you want to
No one
find a
tells you what it does to you.
exactly, you want to find a balance. It's life. You just have one shot, one opportunity.
Mhm.
And what are you living for if that is all that matters? What are you living for if you do not, if you're not concerned about the impact of pursuing your dreams on you
Mhm.
and on the people that you love?
Yeah.
you know there's pressure from everywhere. There's pressure from people that you love. Like there are friends who I had to stop talking to because it felt like they didn't get what was going on. And it's not like I was trying to get them to get it. But when you start out, it feels like you're trying to prove something to everyone. You're
Mhm.
trying to prove that yes, you can do this, yes, you can survive. But you need all the help that you can get, just like every other person, just like
Yeah.
anybody who's studying engineering or medicine. Or like, why does it have to become because it's music that you become some type of superhero that's supposed to
Yeah.
figure it out, that your
Yeah.
talent's supposed to take you all the way? Like, please, 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 please,
Ah.
and I had those moments, and they were not the nicest moments because I was just so frustrated by everything. I was doing things. It seemed like I was moving forward. I was studying music. I was trying to be as proactive, but I wasn't happy. I wasn't
Yeah.
happy because I felt like I had to struggle so much to even get anyone to take me seriously. And then after that, I had to struggle so much to find, the right kind of opportunities. Because you get into the market and everyone sees you, oh, she can sing, so everyone wants to use you to sing something. Everyone is oh, by everyone I just mean like
Yeah.
generally speaking, people just want to, you just become a machine, so to
Mm-hmm.
speak. And it's not bad. Like, it's not bad if you actually have the stomach for it and if you have the resources to keep at it. Because at the end of the day, I want to make music full
Mm-hmm.
time, such that, I don't have to think of anything else and do
Mm-hmm.
anything else. I
Mm-hmm.
just, I'm focused on it so that I can churn out more, but it cannot be at the expense of my life and my well-being, essentially. So
Yeah.
I am not being overly first of all, I feel like I don't have anything to prove to anyone
Mm-hmm.
anymore. um I feel like, you know if I keep putting my best foot forward in every situation and not be so attached to the outcomes of things, I can find enough joy that will enable me to keep at it.
Yeah.
Because you almost always get burnt out at some
Yeah.
point, especially if you're a singer songwriter. There are times where you have a block, and you can't do it. You don't want to just be, but that's a human being. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
but for an artist, it's amplified because you're
Yeah.
supposed to like these things. You're supposed to like that life. You're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to be about that life. And I don't want to be stuck in that place at all. I just want to keep doing the best I can until everything sort of just becomes not easier,
Mm-hmm.
but I have enough control to be able to manage more,
Yeah.
essentially. Yeah.
Definitely.
Hmm.
So, we've had such.
That's such an amazing
Yeah,
time.
I've learned so much from you. Thank you so much for coming.
It's,
This,
it's, it's
this.
fine. I'm glad we had this
Yeah,
conversation.
I'm so glad that we did this.
Hmm.
Let me ask you one more. Do you like amala? It's really
I've
random.
actually been eating amala, funny
Okay.
enough. So it's not as if I don't like amala. I like it. I like the texture. I like the
Okay.
consistency. I don't think it goes with everything. So
Okay.
yeah, I don't think it goes with every soup.
Eh.
Does it go with every soup?
That's the thing with amala. Do you know, I just realized it.
Uh-huh.
Like I've never seen amala and egusi soup. Does
No,
it
I've eaten amala and egusi soup.
like you're
It's not
allowed
that.
to eat it, but they
Okay.
don't advertise like
Okay, like
amala.
amala and
Yeah.
egusi. It's always like amala and
Yeah. And
the what do they call that thing? Ewedu.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at some point we started eating amala at home because me and my mom were tired of poundo yam. I
Okay.
mean semo. I don't like
Okay.
semo at all.
You don't like
No,
samo. Why
semo is
don't you like
semo.
samo?
Semo is a pretender.
How can you not like
Semo acts
samo?
like it's soft. It acts like,
No, samo is soft.
no, it's not. It's
Ha,
soft for the
God.
first few minutes that you make it, and after a while, it starts to become
Why did you leave it after a while? Like samo is meant to be.
like you just go for 5 minutes. Let me just go and collect
Why are
water.
you leaving samo to go for 5 minutes?
I didn't know.
Why?
I didn't know I was supposed to eat it as it hot.
Yeah. Hey God. So you don't like samo?
No, I don't like semo. I had a bad experience with
I'll
semo in
leave. I'll put
school.
you in my prayers. That's.
No, don't
I'll put you in
don't. That's not
prayers.
the prayer that I want to ask to be
Even
answered.
I'll bring
But
money.
but but I like fufu is nice if it's made well.
Okay.
And then pounded yam, not poundo
Okay.
yam, because I don't know what they're
What's
making
the
these days.
difference?
Oh, there's a difference. There's a huge difference. That's actually yam, and the
Okay.
other one is, I don't know what it is, man. It's like some type of flour. And recently, I noticed that the quality of like everything is just dropping. So at some
It's
point,
crazy.
poundo yam started tasting like poundo semo, and I was done. Moved to amala.
So you're now team amala right now.
Well,
And
I
what
don't
soup
know.
are you using?
Sometimes ogbono, sometimes
You're such a rebel. You're eating amala and
uh,
ogbono. I've
yeah.
never heard anyone say
It's
that
soft
before.
now. It's soft. It's it's soft. It's it's soft. And ogbono is also soft. It's
Yeah,
also
so
like
they
it's
go well
easy.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Onye.
Sure.
Thank you so much for all you
Sure.
taught me about classical music. Yes. So apart from Stay Gone, we should wait for Stay Gone when? You're not going to tell us. Okay.
This year.
This year. So after Stay Gone, then what?
Okay, so I want to lean into like performing more. So I might take a break for that, but I
Okay.
definitely like would be working on um an album.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like a little long term, but like not so far away anyway.